Welcome, everyone, to this Cert Empire Explainer. Today, we're evaluating the ultimate Salesforce career crossroads. You see, Salesforce is the absolute giant of the CRM world, supporting millions of jobs globally across more than 150,000 enterprise customers. The demand for certified professionals out there is just massive. And honestly, holding the right credential, it can easily unlock a 20 to 35% salary premium over your non-certified peers. But when it actually comes down to choosing your starting line, so many professionals find themselves staring down two very distinct paths. It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? ADM-201 is easier to enter, but PD1 can pay considerably more. So, which Salesforce certification is right for your career in 2026? It's a very genuine dilemma. So today, we're going to unpack exactly what each of these exams tests, the preparation you'll need, real-world salary expectations, and how the recent explosion of AI is completely shifting the landscape. By the end of this explainer, you're going to know exactly which path to choose. Okay, let's dive into this by looking at the fundamental split between these two credentials. Honestly, think of these as two entirely distinct, almost cinematic career paths. On one side, we have ADM-201, which represents the accessible, no-code foundation designed primarily for business users. Then, on the other side, we have PD1, which is this advanced, highly technical, code-driven environment tailored strictly for developers. They both lead to incredibly successful careers for sure, but they require entirely different mindsets and daily workflows. Section 1. ADM-201, the No-Code Foundation. If you're a business analyst, a CRM specialist, or even a complete beginner looking to transition into the Salesforce ecosystem with zero coding background, this is your absolute best starting point. The ADM-201 exam validates your ability to configure, customize, and maintain a Salesforce org using only declarative tools. That literally means everything is done through point-and-click menus. No programming languages required whatsoever. A massive part of this no-code world revolves around something called Salesforce Flow. To cut right through the jargon, Flow is simply Salesforce's primary no-code and low-code automation engine. It lets administrators build interactive screens for users or set up background processes that trigger automatic record updates whenever certain conditions are met. Now, in the past, admins used older tools like Workflow Rules or Process Builder, but those are largely deprecated now. Today, Flow is the absolute core of point-and-click administration, and mastering it is just essential. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that 16% slice for workflow and process automation. While it might not look like the biggest piece of the pie compared to general configuration and objects, it's actually the most heavily tested single domain and far and away the most underestimated by candidates. You see, the exam expects you to deeply understand the different types of flows, like screen flows, record-triggered flows, and scheduled flows, and know exactly when to use each one. So preparing for ADM-201 takes about 4 to 10 weeks, depending on your prior experience. But the good news here is that Salesforce provides incredible free resources. You'll want to complete the official ADM-201 trail mix on Trailhead, but honestly, more importantly, you need to get your hands dirty. Register for a free Developer Edition org and practice configuring literally every concept you study. Build at least 3 to 5 different flows completely from scratch. When you actually build these automations yourself, the scenario-based questions on the exam become incredibly obvious.
Section 2. PD1, the developer track.
Now let's pivot. This path is designed specifically for software developers who already know how to code and want to specialize in building custom functionality within Salesforce. If you aren't comfortable with object-oriented programming concepts, variables, and loops, this is absolutely not where you want to begin. The PD1 exam tests your proficiency in several proprietary technologies, most notably Apex, SOQL, and Lightning Web Components, or LWC. Think of Apex as a programming language that's syntactically very similar to Java. But here's the absolute secret to mastering PD1. You have to understand governor limits. Because Salesforce operates in a multi-tenant environment, which just means many customers share the exact same servers, governor limits are these strict rules that prevent any single piece of code from hogging all the shared resources. So writing efficient, bulkified code that respects these limits, that is the most important concept in all of Salesforce development.
When we look at the breakdown of the PD1 exam, 2 domains completely dominate the test. Domain 2, process automation and logic, is just massive, making up 38% of the exam. This is where your Apex and SOQL query skills are rigorously tested, but I really want to warn candidates about Domain 4, testing, debugging, and deployment, which sits at 30%. Salesforce has a pretty shocking requirement that catches a lot of people off guard. Every single piece of Apex code must have at least 75% test coverage before it can even be deployed to production. You absolutely have to know how to write proper test classes to pass this exam. Preparation for PD1 usually takes about 6 to 12 weeks of writing Apex and SOQL every single day to build up that necessary muscle memory. But here is the critical takeaway for PD1, and please don't miss this. Skipping ADM-201 before taking this exam is a massive mistake. While it's not technically a formal prerequisite, PD1 totally assumes you already know the platform's standard data model, sharing rules, and security profiles. If you jump straight into PD1 without that foundational admin knowledge, you are effectively studying for 2 exams at the exact same time, easily doubling your preparation time.
Section 3, Exam Specs and Preparation. Let's transition into the actual logistics of taking these exams. On paper, structurally, these exams are practically identical. They're both going to cost you $200, give you 105 minutes to answer 60 multiple-choice questions, and require a 65% passing score. The format itself is exactly the same, whether you take it online or at a testing center. But the real difference isn't in the format at all. The difference is entirely in the vastly different skill sets they test, zero code versus heavy code, and where they ultimately take your career. And regardless of which path you choose, you have to maintain your certification. Salesforce has this highly unique maintenance model. They roll out 3 major platform updates every year: spring, summer, and winter. To keep your certification active, you must pass a short, completely free 30-minute trailhead exam for each of those releases. If you miss a deadline, your certification goes inactive, so it really is an ongoing commitment to staying current with the technology.
Section 4. Salaries and Agentforce impact. Now let's move to the part everyone always wants to know about, the financial return on these certifications.
Looking at the current 2026 market realities, the developer track consistently pays more. Certified developers in the US are currently earning between $110,000 and $145,000, compared to $85,000 to $125,000 for Salesforce administrators. So the crucial point is this: that premium isn't just because the PD1 certificate is somehow better. It directly reflects the scarcity and sheer market value of programming skills in the Salesforce ecosystem. Finding someone who can write efficient, bulkified Apex code is simply harder than finding someone who can configure the platform declaratively.
But wait. What happens when you introduce AI into the mix? Because the 2026 landscape has shifted dramatically, and we absolutely have to talk about how artificial intelligence is changing the core value of these roles.
Enter Salesforce Agentforce. This is the platform's brand new AI framework introduced in 2026. Basically, it allows companies to build autonomous AI agents that can actually handle customer service inquiries and complex sales qualifications entirely on their own. Guys, this is not just a buzzword, it is actively reshaping what employers prioritize and value in the Salesforce ecosystem right now.
And this brilliantly illustrates the impact: 15 to 20%. That is the salary premium Agent-M201 holders can currently secure simply by adding the Agentforce specialist credential to their resume. It makes it the absolute highest ROI supplementary certification for admins this year, closing a huge chunk of that salary gap between administrators and developers. And for you PD1 developers out there, understanding Apex allows you to extend these AI agents with custom actions, making your coding skills even more incredibly valuable in an AI-first world.
Section 5. Which path is yours? Time to bring this to a close.
So, we arrive at the decisive crossroads. We've seen the exams, the required skills, the preparation times, and the salary trajectories. Here is your definitive recommendation matrix. Choose ADM-201 if you are a business analyst, a career changer, or just someone who loves optimizing business processes, configuring CRM, building automations with Flow, and designing reports, all on a strictly no-code path. But choose PD1 if you are an experienced software developer who already understands object-oriented programming and you want to pivot those skills into a highly technical, specialized, and higher-paying Salesforce development career. Both of these paths offer incredible opportunities, but only one is going to match your specific background. As AI continues to blur the lines between configuration and code, the real question is, are you ready to adapt to the Salesforce of tomorrow? Which Salesforce path will you choose? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to Cert Empire for more certification comparisons, exam preparation guidance, and technology career insights. Keep learning, keep building, and we'll see you in the next explainer.